The 2025 NFL season is upon us, and the Chicago Bears in 2024 was not very good. They went 5-12 in a dismal year for Caleb Williams' rookie year, having 68 sacks, just caused by himself and also a terrible offensive line. That has been fixed apparently. They spent a lot of money on offensive line. They have a new head coach, Ben Johnson, that coached Jared Goff as the offensive coordinator and successfully took the Lions to the playoffs and basically won the division. So the pressure is on Caleb Williams to actually make the Chicago Bears basically get to the playoffs or bust. How would he do in 2025? Well, let's just say he got a new offensive line, some veterans, Pro Bowlers in the offensive line they spent a lot of money on, but also one of the best receiving corps, not the best, but in the top 10 best receiving corps out of the 32 teams. Rome Doomsday and DJ Moore they paid a lot of money for, except the departure of Keenan Allen. But they got a rock solid tight end Cole Kmet and the draft pick from Michigan, Colston Loveland. But also they have a pretty good other receivers that can actually help them. It was Devin Duvernay. He was actually interesting. He came from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's very dangerous punt returns and also can help with the swiftiness of reverses and stuff. Ben Johnson like to call. And they have a good third receiver option and having a pretty good camp. He's going to play behind DJ Moore and Rome Doomsday is Omale Zacchaeus. A good year in 2024 with the Commanders. He was a good option for a third or fourth good receiver. He was reliant with 500 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he's going to have a good breakout season with the Chicago Bears in 2025. Caleb Williams also going to have pressures on the other side of the ball that he is actually have a good defense in 2024. When they were 4-2 in the first 6 games before the bye, they actually were pretty good, and then they had a 10-game losing streak. He needs to be more consistent. Sometimes he looked like he's lost. He's not very consistent in the play calling, going through his reads, but he's shown greatness throughout that time. But also terrible game management by the previous coach, Matt Eberflus. But also one of the Caleb Williams' biggest flaws is he's been taking a lot of sacks, not getting a lot of throwing the ball quick away. He's not getting away from his hand. He's taking a lot of sacks. He's not actually helping the offensive line, and the offensive line not helping him. At times he looked just lost. And you would think that 62% of his completions, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions is pretty good, but most of it was in garbage time. But he needs to take a command of his offense and be a leader, but also need more consistency of scoring points. Half of the year in 2024, he couldn't even get over 17 points. The schedule in 2025, they probably have a range of being 7-10 or 10-7. 10-7 is basically their cap limit. I don't see them going over anywhere near over 10-7. Most likely probably be 7-10, 8-9. But if they don't have a playoff game with the team they have in wide receiver and a good O-line they have and a good defense, if they don't melt, because the defense can only do so much when the offense is struggling like they were and a terrible coaching staff. But they have everything they have now. Good offensive line, great receiver core, good defense, and a good head coach. A head coach that was in a great Lions team in 2024 and coached quarterback. Jared Goff made him to a pretty dang good quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL in 2024. So in 2025, they got the pieces around. They have a good coaching staff, O-line, good receivers, a good defense. I don't see why not they wouldn't make the playoffs. They actually have potential of making the playoffs, but it's all about the leadership of Caleb Williams. There's a lot of pressure on him, for sure. After all that hype in USC, and he wasn't good at his last year at USC, and he came again in the first year of being a rookie of the Chicago Bears. If it continues and he have all these good traits and also good weapons around him that got put together and a good coaching staff and spent a lot of money on the O-line, he will not last. He will probably be the next Justin Fields that got wasted and now wandering around to find his third team, maybe be starting his third team or play a backup. He will be dumped like Justin Field, because this is a huge make or break year because he has the pieces now. They can't say he didn't when he had a good receiver core and he only threw 3,500 yards and only 20 touchdowns. He could have been easily over 4,000 yards and probably 25 or 30 touchdowns with that receiving group they have. If he's not doing good by Thanksgiving game, he'll probably be out by next year. Just like Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson got out after 1 year, and Sean Payton was like, he's not the guy for us. They got Bo Nix, and actually Bo Nix, after later in the year in 2024, he really came to his own and took his team to the playoffs. I think that will happen to Caleb Williams if he don't get it together and actually figure it out and actually connect the dots to these great pieces he have. But to be honest, I see 7-10 or 8-9. Maybe 9-8, and if they can get into playoffs with 9-8, that would be a miracle. But my biggest prediction is for 2025 for Caleb Williams, they were going to miss the playoffs, and he'd probably most likely be his last year in Chicago. Let me know in the comments down below how you think Caleb Williams will do in 2025. If he fails, where would he go, or will he still stay here? I'll see you in the next video.